Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ayo and I'm reaching you from Lagos, Nigeria. I hope you are all fine and doing great. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. On today's tutorial, I will be altering the basic bodice pattern and the basic trouser pattern which I drafted in my previous tutorial into a jumpsuit pattern. So let's get started. I will be working with the following items: 4 yards of crepe fabric, tape rule, glue stick. Use a pencil to draft your pattern, but for this tutorial purpose I will be using my marker pen, ruler, paper scissors, basic bodice pattern, basic trouser pattern. So I have here the basic trouser pattern which I drafted in a previous tutorial. Its link will be above and in the description box below. This is also a basic bodice pattern which was also drafted in a previous tutorial. Its link will be above and in the description box below. So I will start with the alteration of this basic trouser pattern. This is the front trouser pattern and this is the back. Remember that when I drafted this back trouser pattern, I raised the back waistline at the center back by 1.5 inches and at the side by half an inch. For the front pattern, I lower the front waistline at the center front by half an inch and I raise it at the side by half an inch also. So for the front pattern, I will measure and mark half an inch below the waistline at the side like this. So I have gone ahead to add additional pattern paper to the upper part of the front trouser pattern, and I've already marked the half an inch at the side. I've already marked the half an inch, as you can see. I will now go ahead and raise the waistline at the center front by half an inch. I will now join the 2 points together like this. I will trim off the excess pattern paper. So the waistline should be straight by now. So now I will again lower the waistline at the center front by half an inch. This will give perfect fit for the jumpsuit. I will redraw the waistline curve like this. I will temporarily close the waist dart and I will smoothen the waistline curve like this. I will now trim off the excess pattern paper. So now I'm done with the front back pattern, back trouser pattern for now. I will now move over to the back. For the back pattern, I will lower the waistline at the side by half an inch. I will lower it by half an inch and I'll mark the point like this. I will leave the sensor back the way it is. I won't lower it. I will now connect the 2 points together with my ruler like this. I will now trim off this unwanted part, this excess pattern paper. I will trim it off. So these are the two trouser patterns after the alteration. When making jumpsuit, it is important that you should take your nape to navel measurement. This is a vertical measurement. Your nape is that point where the neck meets the shoulder, while the navel is also known as the belly button. In my own case, it is 20 inches. So my nape to navel measurement is 20 inches. The frontlets I use for my basic bodice is 16.5 inches. The difference between these two measurements is 3.5 inches. When taking your body measurement for a trouser you intend to modify or alter into a jumpsuit, you should take your waist measurement around your belly button. This will serve as a reference point for you. Remember that the front length that we use to draft our basic bodice is not up to the belly button. So already we have a shortage here. And this shortage needs to be tackled. In my own case, this shortage is the difference between my front length and my nape to belly button measurement, and it is 3.5 inches. So this is the crotch length for the back, and this is the crotch length for the front. So they both need to be elongated. The crotch length needs to be elongated. So to tackle or to get rid of this shortage, I'll be slashing both the front and the back pattern along the hip lines. So I will now go ahead and insert this paper that I've already cut out and measured the 3.5 inches. I will insert it in between the hip line like this. It is the extra pattern paper I inserted is 3.5 long. This 3.5 inches is the difference between my shoulder to belly button measurement and my front length of my basic bodice pattern. I will make sure I align and glue the pieces together like I'm doing. I will now go ahead and trim off the excess paper. I will do the same thing for the other trouser pattern piece as well. So now I have lengthened the crotch depth for both the front and the back trouser pattern. Since I will be joining the bodice and the trousers together at the waistline to form a jumpsuit, what I need to do next is to align the trouser patterns and the basic bodice pattern together at the waistline. Like this. I will align the two patterns together, the bodice and the trouser pattern, and I will see if there are any discrepancies that needs to be fixed. Of course, I will be matching the center front of the basic bodice pattern and the center front of the basic trousers pattern together. Also, the center back of the basic bodice pattern and the center back of the basic trousers pattern will be pinned together like this. As you can see, the darts of the bodice and pattern are not well aligned, so I'll be shifting the dart on the trouser waistline to meet up with that of the basic bodice for both the front and the back patterns. So now I've done that, I go ahead and do the same thing for the back. So we won't be needing this dart anymore. I will also go ahead and blend in the side seams of both the trouser and the bodice and make sure that they match up. So now I'm done with the trouser alteration. I will now move over to the basic bodice. This jumpsuit is a very simple design, so I won't be doing much alteration to the basic bodice. So the first thing I will do is to increase the front neck width by 1.5 inches, and I will mark it like this. I will also increase the neck there by 1.5 inches, and I will connect the 2 points together with my French curve like this. For the back neckline, I will also increase the neck width by 1.5 inches. I will measure and mark it like this. For the neck depth, I will lower it by 1 inch, and I will also mark the point. And I will connect it together with my curve. So because this jumpsuit won't have a full sleeve, just tiny calf sleeves, so I'll be raising the armhole by 1 inch. This will prevent the side boobs from exposed when the outfit is worn. You should also do the same thing for a sleeveless outfit. So I will redraw the armhole curve like this. So we won't be using this lower curve anymore. So these are the two armholes that we'll be using for the jumpsuit. So I will now go ahead and cut out the front and the back bodice patterns. So these are the two patterns. This is the front pattern. And this is the back pattern. So this is a basic sleeve pattern. The link on how to draft this basic sleeve pattern will be above and in the description box below. I'll be altering this sleeve into a calf sleeve. First, I will measure how long I want the armhole curve to be at this edge. I want it to be 5 inches long on both sides, so I will measure and mark 5 inches from the center line like this. I will measure on both sides of the sleeve. I will now cross-check the measurement and make sure that it is up to 5 inches for both sides of the sleeve. I will now square a line across like this. and I will cut it out. So this is the part that I will be using for the cap sleeve. I will cut it out on a fresh pattern paper. I use the tracing wheel to indicate the front, the back, and the center line of the sleeve. So this is the sleeve. I measure 1.5 inches on both sides of the center line of the sleeve. I will measure 1.5 inches and I will mark like this. I will now connect these 2 points to the base of the center line. So I will now go ahead and draw a horizontal guideline on this pattern paper like this. So as to avoid confusion, I will label the sleeve segments before cutting it out. I will cut out the segments like this. I have 4 segments. I will cut it out. I will now draw a vertical guideline like this. I will now go ahead and rake the sleeve sections on the pattern paper like this, making sure that the tips of the first and the fourth segment touch the horizontal guideline. I will pin the pieces in place, but I will measure and make sure that the spacing in between them are even. I used about 1.5 inches for the spaces in between the pieces. The space will be pleated, so I will mark and indicate the position of the pleats on the paper. The upper part of the sleeve can also be gathered instead of it being pleated. So I will indicate where the pleats are. So this is the front and this is the back. This is what the cap sleeve pattern looks like. So these are all the pattern pieces that I'll be using to make the jumpsuit. Stay tuned for my next tutorial where I will be cutting these pattern pieces on fabric and sewing them together. Do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in my next tutorial. Bye and thank you for watching.